Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to use the DMI loading platform and how to enroll dealers as well as how to navigate your way through it. So what I've done is I've saved to my address bar the DMI Info IQ Administrator log in. So by clicking it, it comes up with the URL, which is DMI or dmmotorworks.com, and I'll send it to you if you don't have it. So what it then will do is it'll prompt you to log in. I've already saved my address or my login and my password for it, so it won't ask me to do it again. Now, for example, if I want to add a Audi dealer to the system that's agreed to come on, what we do is we click the plus button. We then choose the province of the Audi dealer. So for example, we've got an Audi dealer that's in Alberta that we want to bring on. We can click the Alberta button. And then what we find is this new screen that'll pop up that has enrollment and support. In order to enroll the dealer, of course, what we should do is hit the enrollment button. So click the enrollment button. Below it, we've got profile. So we then click the profile button. Again, here we go. If it pops up here, there it goes. Screen scroll. And then we go over here to create enrollment profile. So you don't do anything with this. You go right over here to create enrollment profile. One of the things they've done is they've created this process here, this platform for many users. So some of the features on here aren't applicable to us. So this is where we go to actually start the enrollment. So we click onto here to create an enrollment profile. On new car sell-off, each of the dealerships will have a dealer ID. So if you go into new car sell-off, go into the admin panel, dealer login, and then when it gets into the screen here, we're going to hit the dealer button. So click the dealer button. And there's their ID down here. So for example, if we wanted to set up Universal Ford, so 27996 will be the ID that we enter in here. I'm going to get back now into the listings. Somehow I've hidden it underneath all this. Just give me a second while I figure it out. Oh, it's under here somewhere. I have to move the screen down here. Found the info administrator again, so we click on that. So now we go to the dealer name. We'll enter in Cam Clark Ford. We'll enter his ID or whoever the dealer was that you've chosen. Enter the dealer ID. Anything with an asterisk you need to fill in on here. So everything needs to be filled in with an asterisk. You don't need to fill in the fax or the email, the business contact, but what you do need to fill in is a technical contact. So that technical contact could be their web administrator at the dealership, but in a lot of cases it's in fact their accountant at the store because they're in charge of the DMS system at the dealership level. Because we deal with so many different sources, what they've done is they've created a drop-down list of potential DMS systems that are available out there. So if in fact it's an ADP dealer, we choose the ADP Elite button here. There's different selections, ADP Candidate and ADP Alliance, but they said for us to click the ADP Elite. And so if we click that, we then are going to extract from the DMS. This other information does need to get filled in though, but unless it's got a asterisk on it, it's not a mandatory field, so you can in fact send it off to them to in fact populate these things by calling the dealer. So if you wanted to say, for example, this particular customer has his used cars at Auto Trader, you'd put it in here so that they know to get the used vehicles out of Auto Trader, and then the new vehicles will come out of their ADP Elite system. Now, if in fact there's not a drop-down with the name of the DMS provider there, what we want to do is select Other. So you go down through the selection process here, pick the Other button, and then what you want to do is click the FTP delivery. So there, you'll then need to fill in different things here. So third-party name, user password is blanked out, so you won't be able to do that. But what you do is you'd put in if it's a quorum system there, or whoever the third party is, or sorry, whoever the other party is that you're collecting it from. We never use the third-party drop-down because for whatever reason, Alana said not to use it, so we just don't use it. In order to get the vehicle images and information that we're looking for, this button always needs to be clicked, the product button. So you've basically filled out the whole form at this point. But what maybe would happen during the course of the filling out is, say, for example, you didn't get some pertinent information, maybe the technical person's name. So we can, in fact, save this form in mid-stride here so that we can then go back without having to fill in all the data again and then find it again, or then recreate it, I should say. Now, once this is all filled out, you do need to click the Submit Profile button so that DMI's people are able to go in then and actually start to create the profile for the dealership. So now that we've got the customer set up, the next part will be monitoring what happens. Now, in order to see the clients that we've currently are pending to have enrolled in DMI's process, one of the easiest ways to do is click the top tab of the tree, which is called New Car Sell-Off, obviously. So you click that. And what it'll do is it'll direct you over to 3 drop-downs that are available. So in order to find out what incidences they call it, that we have pending, we click the Support button. We then can click the View Current Incidents button. It'll then create a filter here. So what we want to do is click this Show Incidents for Child Entities. We click that button, and then we filter it again. So then it lists everything that we've got pending out there and where the status is. So for example, we're to click on, let's click on Cam Clark Ford Airdrie. We click on this particular dealership, find out their status of what's going on. So basically any interaction with the dealership or anything that we've requested is in this dialog here. So it'll show the history of when it was done. So originally on the 12th, we asked the dealership to enroll in the program. So they said they're pending images and data from Trader. We cannot request data at this time. So the next call came on the 15th, and then the next call came on the 16th. The next interaction with this account came on the 16th. And anything that's done with this account is then diarized in here, so you know your status of your account. If in fact you want to update any information that you find out about that dealership at this point, say you said that used cars are all found in Trader, you can then type it in this area here and then hit the Save button. And then anytime you do this, this data is then sent to the person that's helping you get this customer enrolled. So if you want to find out the status, you can add a little note in there saying what's the status, or if you talk to the guy or try him today, he's available, or whatever the message you want to get to the account rep that's trying to get Cam Clark Ford Airdrie enrolled, you can send him via this message system here. Now, if we want to go back in and now see the dealership's information, we can then click on the Ford part of the tree. So we now click on here. It's now going to load up all the different provinces. So now we're going to click on Alberta. So we click on this. We then will be able to see under Alberta the Ford dealership we have pending enrollment. Double click on here. And then it'll show Cam Clark Ford's information under here. You'll see the incidences, meaning the conversations that have been said to the dealership, and any enrollment data that you've got up here that you want to maybe change. One really cool feature about this now is that we've got access to all the vehicles that have been imported. The dealer will as well have access to their dealer portal so that they can now go in and see the vehicles that have imported to New Car Sell-Off. So by clicking the dealer portal button, you then come into the thing called Info IQ Vehicle Command Center. So if we want to look at my inventory, meaning the dealer's inventory, we clicked off this button here. So now we're able to go in and see every vehicle that's been pushed to New Car Sell-Off. And as we all know, we don't have all of the vehicles on New Car Sell-Off that could potentially be in a dealership's inventory. So we're not publishing anything from 05 and older. So there's a lot of cars that won't be on the site, such as this 03 Ford F-250. Now, in the event that, for example, the dealership wants to do some modifications to any of the listings, this is a place to do it. And it's a really cool place to do it because anything that's updated on here will automatically be updated as the feed comes in onto our website. So we'll just pop onto this 2007 Ford Ranger. We'll click this stock number button. And what will happen is that data for that 2007 Ranger will pop up into here, hopefully here. It's waiting for DMI Motorworks. There it comes. Is it still waiting? Yeah, still scrolling away here. So here's the data that comes across. So this is the title, 2007 Ford Ranger Super Cab with the data. It's got what the model code is, which is really important for us in the warranty information, or for us in the rebate information. It's got the engine size. It's got the fuel type, which is really important for us. Some of the stuff that they are missing is stuff that we may want on here. So in the event that we get this data directly from their DMS system, some of this data will be needing to be filled in. In the event that we get it from Trader, a lot of this stuff will already be fed into it, and therefore we won't have to have the dealership fill it in. This is really important though, so that if the dealer is exclusively getting the data through DMS and not through Trader, they're going to have to go in and upfit some of the listings if they want them to be appearing the way they need them to appear. So we click on attributes. You could do a tagline in here or any information that the customer wants to put in here about that vehicle. The prices that are available. He's got his cost in here, but he doesn't have his retail price. So this is a spot where he'd put his retail price in there so that he's not having to obviously sell it for cost. Unless, in fact, he does have it in his DMS. In this scenario, he does not have the retail price or list price in his DMS, and that's something that if he wants to use this to exclusively populate DMI and new car sell-off, he'll have to add in his list price. Because we're not live with this dealer yet, we can't click on this button. But when in fact you're able to, we can then click on the button and then his list price will come across. If in fact we do find issues that should be coming across, there's a support line that I'll send you all the information over, and an email support that we can in fact send over requests in fact to get this so that the proper data comes across. Features are any of the standard features that the vehicle's got, and then we'll populate with the fields that we want out of this thing. Now the options are things that a lot of the dealers aren't filling in. And these are things, again, that will enhance the listing. So for example, this little Ranger in 2007, these were the options that came with this vehicle. So if the dealership wants to go in here and then highlight different things, like click the Class 3 trailer tow hitch, it'll add that to the optional features field of our import that we get. The specs, again, we're not using the specs on our site, so don't worry about that. Images, now if the dealership does not have images in his DMS, which most of them don't, and if we don't get them from Trader, this is where a person can upload the images. So they can click the launch photo upload, again not live due to the fact that the dealer isn't live, go in there and then from their computer select the images that they want. Again, not the ideal situation. We're going to try to find a way to grab them from Trader, which again is a very high probability that we're going to be able to get them, or use a scraping method. But as of this point, this is just another method of doing it. In the event that we don't have images, you can in fact use a stock image if the dealer really cares to. Click it and away it goes. Also, in the event that it's certified and we don't have that data coming in, they can click the data that says it's certified and boom, it's done. So this is in the event that the data comes in from DMS or from another source and it isn't purified like we need it to have. So the dealer can in fact go to this part of the website and upfit the data so that they can in fact have an enhanced listing on new car sell-off. I think that about wraps up how to load a dealer in. The process, like they said, does take some time. They originally told us between 2 and 4 weeks to enroll a dealer, which, as we've proven right now, is kind of far-fetched. It's probably going to be more like a week to enroll a dealer, kind of what it is with Strathcom. But again, just kind of set your dealerships up so that they understand that it's not an immediate process. It doesn't happen immediately, but we do and we'll have it set up for them. So anytime you want to check on a dealer, again, you can just click up into the New Car Sell-Off tab up at the top. And if you're curious about the status of any of your dealers and where they have been in the terms of the process here, internet's a little slow here, you'll see here. Again, you can go down to view to support, view current incidences, and then at that point you'll be able to see any incidents. As long as you click this show incidents for all child entities, filter it, you'll be able to see anything that we've got pending in the system waiting for the feed to occur. So again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. I'm going to just show you guys, I'll give you the URL here so you can write it down at the same time. I'll just open it up, or not the URL, but the phone numbers for the dealership. Or sorry, the phone numbers for DMI and the support. I'm just going to open up a new page here and I'll write it on here for you, and I'll actually send you an email, but in case you're just referring to this email, this is just another way to find this information out. So it's ncso.support. It's not into capital, it's just ncso.support at digitalmotorworks.com. Or you can call 1-855-704-7085. This has been a very rough and dirty presentation, but I hope it gets the point across. And please call me if you have any questions about it. Okay, talk to you again.